New Orleans on Monday began removing 4 statues dedicated to the era of the Confederacy, capping a prolonged battle about the future of the memorials, which critics deemed symbols of racism and intolerance, and which supporters viewed as historically important. Workers dismantled an obelisk, which was dedicated to the Battle of Liberty Place, and was erected to honor members of the Crescent City White League who in 1874 fought against the racially integrated New Orleans police and state militia, Mayor Mitch Landrieu said in a statement. The workers were dressed in flak jackets, helmets and scarves to conceal their identities because of concerns about their safety, the Associated Press reported. Pieces of the monument were put on a truck and hauled away. Other monuments expected to be removed include a bronze statue of Gen. Robert E. Lee in a traffic circle, named Lee Circle, in the city's central business district since 1884, an equestrian statue of P.G.T. Beauregard, a Confederate general, and one of Jefferson Davis, the President of the Confederacy. Citing security risks and threats to contractors seeking to do the work, the city would not reveal details about the removal of the other statues. The monuments were erected decades after the Civil War ended by people who wanted to demonstrate that the South should feel no guilt in having fought the Civil War, the mayor's statement said. The removal of these statues sends a clear and unequivocal message to the people of New Orleans and the nation. New Orleans celebrates our diversity, inclusion and tolerance, Mr. Landrieu said. This is not about politics, blame or retaliation. This is not a naive quest to solve all our problems at once. This is about showing the whole world that we as a city and as a people are able to acknowledge, understand, reconcile and most importantly choose a better future. The debate over Confederate symbols has taken center stage since 9 people were killed at a black church in South Carolina in June 2015. South Carolina removed the Confederate battle flag, which flew at its state house for more than 50 years, and other southern cities have considered taking down monuments. After moving the statues into storage, New Orleans will seek a museum or other site to house them. The city said it gained private funding to relocate the statues, though it did not say how much money it secured or identify its source. The opposition to the monuments' removal, expressed in op-ed articles, social media posts and shouting at public meetings was vigorous. A group opposing their removal said it had collected 31,000 signatures for a petition. Demonstrators gathered for a candlelight vigil on Monday as workers removed the Liberty Place monument. Robert Bonner, 63, who said he was a Civil War reenactor, protested the monument's removal. "I think it's a terrible thing," he told the AP. "When you start removing the history of the city, you start losing money. You start losing where you came from and where you've been." The removal happened on Confederate Memorial Day, which is formally observed by Alabama and Mississippi to commemorate those who died in the Civil War. An organization dedicated to preserving monuments in New Orleans, the Monumental Task Committee, opposed removing the statues. In a statement on Monday, Pierre McGraw, the group's president, said the removal process had been flawed since the beginning, and that the use of unidentified money reeks of atrocious government. People across Louisiana should be concerned over what will disappear next, the statement added. In December 2015, the City Council voted 6-1 to take the statues down. In January 2016, a federal judge dismissed an attempt by preservation groups and a chapter of the Sons of Confederate Veterans to stop their removal.